Marco Rubio and Ivanka Trump are taking the issue of paid family leave and championing it. They are trying to find a solution that would basically allow for families to take time off of work in order to take care of their children and not have to deal with the financial burden of not earning any money while they do so. Now, we talked about their upcoming proposal recently, and just to fill you in, just to remind you and catch you up with what they want to do, the Rubio-Trump scheme, which is based on a proposal from the Conservative Independent Women's Forum, new parents would fund their parental leave by tapping into their Social Security benefits early. Just to get a little more specific, parents would get 12 weeks of benefits for what the Independent Women's Forum claims would be 6 weeks or only 6 weeks of Social Security retirement benefits down the line. Okay, so you should watch our previous video on this. We break it down even further, but for the sake of this conversation, I want to focus on how this conservative organization, the Women's Forum or the Independent Women's Forum, is excited about this because it would essentially destroy Social Security. Okay, so let me give you the details on that. Now, if we start borrowing from Social Security, not only would we have to wait even longer in order to retire, it would also further defund a program that is taking care of our elderly right now. And also it would set a precedent. If the government says, oh, you want to take money out of Social Security in order to pay for this and that, well, maybe we can also use it for things like food stamps and other government programs, which conservatives would love, right? But there's also, setting that standard is something that excites these conservatives. So case in point, Carrie Lucas, who wrote for The Federalist and talked about how this would set this great standard and it could solve all the Social Security problems that conservatives hate. The group's managing director, Carrie Lucas, writes that a policy like this could have the added benefit of changing Americans' thinking about Social Security as a bedrock benefit that cannot be changed.
Yeah, so it's worse than you thought. And let me give you more context. 82% of Americans believe there should be paid family leave. 82%. So what do the Republicans want to do? They want to kill two birds with one stone. So they don't actually want you to have paid family leave because that might mean taxes or some corporations chip in. Employees would also chip in, right? But God forbid that corporations should ever pay a dime because they own all these politicians. So instead, they're going to make you pay for it. What part of paid leave is you paying for? Like if you're paying for it, then it's not paid.
It's not paid leave, exactly.
Right, so you're paying through Social Security. Either they're going to make you wait longer before you can retire, or they're going to cut the amount of Social Security you're getting for the rest of your life. So that's mission number one, which is don't actually do paid leave, while pretending to do paid leave because it's actually incredibly popular, okay? And then mission number two is if we at the same time we could destroy Social Security by making it a common thing that, hey, if you want to pay for something, just take it out of their Social Security.
That's right.
Keep on taking it out until they can never retire. God, they're loathsome. They're loathsome. They don't work for you. They work for their donors. And it is a great redistribution of wealth to the top.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And by the way, I want to give some conservatives and some libertarians credit because when this upcoming proposal by Marco Rubio was first reported, there were conservatives and libertarians that thought it was a really bad idea and criticized it because it would destroy Social Security. But again, Carrie Lucas, who is with the Independent Women's Forum, disagrees. She thinks it's great because again, it would fundamentally change the way that we think of Social Security and it would essentially set a precedent that would further destroy it. So let me give you more details about what she writes, and then I'll give you some information about her, where she lives, and the type of system she gets to take advantage of. Now, she writes, importantly, unlike other public assistance programs, this Social Security parental leave program isn't a freebie or a handout. People would know that accessing benefits would mean they will have to wait for benefits later. She continues to say, people support public assistance, but they also don't want public assistance to be exploited and used as a long-term crutch. This approach would encourage an important mental shift with lasting implications for government's safety nets more broadly. So she comes at it from the perspective of, all these people with their fraudulent behavior are taking advantage of these social safety nets. like she comes at it from people are looking for government handouts. Okay, by the way, she has 5 children and she lives in Germany, okay, where they have one of the most progressive paid family leave programs in the world. So I'll give you the details on that in just a minute.
So if she's talking about government handouts in terms of paid family leave, it's not. You get the money from both employers and employees to pay for that paid family leave. And it's then they're gonna get used to it. What do you mean get used to it? It lasts for 12 weeks. There's just no way around it. And it's only when you have a baby. What are you gonna do, keep having babies just to get paid family leave? Like maybe have like 5 babies because you live in a socialist country that has paid family leave like Germany? I don't know, maybe that was your experience, that's why you're projecting onto others. But no, nobody's having babies to get a non-paid leave that they're gonna have to take out of their retirement. And if you're referring to Social Security, long-term crutch, they get there, they're retired, and they're gonna stay retired, and then we're gonna have to pay them with the money they paid into the system. What crutch? We pay into Social Security. We pay into Medicare, what crutch? No, they hate anything that helps actual citizens.
No, she goes further and just get a load of the assumption that she makes here, which I would argue is not an accurate assumption. She says many Americans are perfectly capable and happy to continue working and tend to be better off financially than ever before. She's talking about individuals who are elderly. She's saying they'd rather work longer, they'd rather postpone retirement. Based on what evidence? Based on what data? She continues.
They have an amazing social safety net in Germany. So in the comfort of that safety net, she's sitting there telling us about how, no, go back to the mines, okay? Look, if we prefer to work longer, you know what we could do? We could work longer, nobody's stopping us. So there's a really easy way to find out if we prefer that, and some people do. No, that's not what you're saying. You're saying you must work longer. Even though you paid into Social Security your whole life, I'm not gonna let you retire. I'm gonna take that money and use it for other things. By the way, they already spent the Social Security money. They spent it on tax cuts for the rich, on wars, defense contractors, oil company subsidies. And now, if you ever watched Manasel, the movie about us, there's that scene when I'm on MSNBC and I'm yelling at a former Republican congressman because he's got that smirk on his face and he's saying, but we already spent it. They're the worst.
It gets worse. She says adjustments to the retirement age might not seem so unthinkable when put in the context of these trade-offs. So understand what she's saying there. Conservatives notoriously want to postpone the retirement age as much as possible. That debate comes up every once in a while and it's so incredibly frustrating. It's like, 65, that's too early for retirement. Let's postpone it to 67, 67 and a half, 68. And so by the time my generation's ready to retire, who knows what age retirement is going to, what age they're gonna decide retirement is acceptable. She continues to say, encouraging people to think about Social Security's assets as if those benefits are their property for use now or at retirement could even encourage people to want to move more in that direction and transform the current pay-as-you-go system into one that pre-funds future benefits and with assets that belong to individuals. So again, we all know how Social Security works. I pay into Social Security, but that's not money that goes into a savings account for me personally. It's money that goes toward taking care of the country's elderly. So we don't have elderly homeless people, that was the whole point of Social Security. But under this system, it would be like we have our individual accounts that we borrow from. But what happens if you aren't making a lot of money? What happens if you're unemployed? Does that mean that once you hit retirement age, we're just gonna let you live on the streets? I don't know. It seems like that's the kind of system that she's in favor of. And by the way, one other thing. We have an aging population in the US. It's not as disastrous as it is in Japan right now, but one of the issues that conservatives are worried about is that less people are having children. Yeah, why would people, especially people in my generation, want to have children if we live in the type of country that has no interest in supporting us and making it possible for us to raise our kids and then go back to work?
So it's pretty easy for Carrie Lucas to say you shouldn't get paid family leave unless we take it out of your Social Security, because by German law, she might have had 15 years of paid family leave. Oh man, the hypocrisy is unreal. I don't know how long she's lived in Germany, but it is very easy to say that out of the comfort of a socialist country. Hey, by the way, you should leave. If you don't like socialism, you don't like that social safety net that they have in Germany, hey, come back here, live with the rest of us and suffer. So, and if you're outside the country, and a lot of our viewers are, I know that you've got to be in disbelief, but do you know that the United States is the only industrialized nation that offers no paid time off for new mothers? So theoretically, you got to, if you, like, look, most of the people in the country live paycheck to paycheck. That means you have the baby, you got to show up to work the next day. The barbarity of that for the rest of the world is incomprehensible. Do you know that in 1993, we first passed the Family and Medical Leave Act that allowed for 12 weeks of unpaid leave. Before 93, if you took a day off because you had a baby, they could fire you. Like, oh, you had a baby, that's really nice. You're fired. You're not, back to the mines. If you're not working in the coal mines, you're fired, okay? A baby, I don't give a damn about your baby. You're gone because you're costing me a nickel of profit, okay? Now, you have to allow for 12 weeks, but it's all unpaid. I don't know how you're gonna survive. I don't know how your kid's gonna survive. I don't care. That's what the US government says, bootstraps. That's what they throw at you. Now, when we propose, and it has 82% popularity in the country because we're all sick of getting crushed. Can we have paid family leave? Well, Marco Rubio and Ivanka Trump have a special little trick for you. Let me take your energy around that issue and use it against you and give you a terrible proposal where we don't actually pay for it and we ruin Social Security. Look, Donald Trump's a monster. I get it. I talk about it all the time. His daughter, who gets credit for being moderate, is no such thing. She's also along the same lines. But most importantly, establishment Republicans are okay. It's just Donald Trump. That's what you hear on cable news all the time. No, establishment Republicans like Marco Rubio are also monsters. They don't believe in Social Security. They don't believe in paid family leave. And he's the guy, and he's getting credit on TV every day for Marco Rubio's for paid family leave, when it's a goddamn trick. But nobody on TV has two brain cells to rub together, or they don't care they're part of the corruption. So they're like, oh, don't worry, once we get rid of Donald, we'll have a good Republican like Marco Rubio in, and he will more effectively steal from you. You just watched a video by the Young Turks, the home of the revolution. If you'd like to get the full show, come join us and become a member. tytnetwork.com/join.